If you're into Korea, then surely you have a favorite one of these.
Learning Korean through famous lines from K-dramas and movies on
Welcome to Korea
with Korean Unnie.
Every Tuesday, we learn Korean through a drama or a movie that has been popular here, maybe across the world as well. And to fans of the Korean language, she's the undoubted Hallyu star Korean Unnie Moon So-hyun in the studio.
Ha ha ha. Never getting used to this line.
I don't often read the script, but yes, I feel like we needed to have that said today. You're looking very autumnal in your brown tones. And
yeah, very comfy.
you look like the leaves that are on the trees at the moment. It's like camouflage in a way.
Yeah, and I actually have another layer of clothes.
Oh, wow.
Inside me.
You're going proper warm.
Yeah.
Are you affected by the cold quite badly?
Very.
Then?
I cannot do anything, and I feel like my bones cannot move.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, if I had to choose between summer and winter, then it would definitely be summer, because winter I barely feel like I can move.
You need to hibernate because it gets rather cold here. Jemiah's on board saying, Unnie! And Sarah says, you look so hip-hop, really cozy hip-hop. That's a whole new style.
Yo.
Do you know that I was listening to some guy, Vim something
Vim
from the
Salabim?
Netherlands.
Vim something from the Netherlands.
Yeah, Vim is quite a common name there, W-I-M.
I never heard of that name. Thank
Yeah.
you for educating me.
I am here to educate you and the listeners as well. And he's like an expert in being cold and the benefits of it. So apparently it's really good for your health to be cold for at least like 30 seconds a day, like a cold shower.
Yeah, I mean, it's 30 seconds, but we're cold for 24 hours in winter.
But what he does then, if he trains you up, you can climb a mountain in your shorts and t-shirts, like we're talking the Himalayas and things like this.
So what does he do? Like, he takes cold showers for 30 seconds?
He'll swim in like ice cold lakes as well. So he does it for a long time, and then he says linked to deep breathing. Because you know when you're cold, you suddenly go... And then it can help with your breathing patterns. It apparently promotes blood flow as well. You know, here in Korea, in the 목욕탕, the public baths, we have that 냉탕, the cold bath.
Yeah, I mean, I do cold showers too.
Oh, that's good. To kind of
And I
wake
think
you up and
it's,
stuff.
Yeah, really good, but wow.
Not the whole day.
But, I mean, respect for him. He swims in the cold. I mean...
Yeah, I don't want to do that, to be honest. I don't need that on my resume.
I want to search his photo.
I will let you know his name. I'll look it up during the song break. And anyone else who is interested, I've stopped doing the cold showers because I'm such a sissy. It just makes me like cry almost in the winter mornings. Today's hashtag before we get on to learning the language is friend or 친구.
Oh, nice.
Are you someone with many friends who you're kind of semi-close to, or a few friends that you're very close to, or no friends at all?
I mean, the third one is pretty sad, isn't it?
It could be, unless you are really antisocial. I think there are some people who don't like people.
I think I'm in the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Few but close.
Few but close, yes. Before I used to be this first one, maybe categorized as like that, but these days I'm more of a
Few
second.
but close.
Yeah, few but close.
I think the older you get, you kind of shave off friends. Like, you lose the ones that are not so close because they get busy in their lives and you just lose contact. Then you just have like a kind of nuclear family of friends, just maybe 5 to 10 or something like that. I think that's a good number.
5 to 10 is still a lot.
This is true, yeah. If I'm honest, it's probably less than 5 that I'm really close to. Maybe not even 1 these days. Aww.
Yeah, probably like, when you're married, your wife or your husband becomes your best friend.
My kids, I count them as well, so I can look like I've got more friends than I do.
3 maybe then.
Yay!
And your mom, so 4.
Yes, I will count all my... I sound like such a loser, don't I? It's just all my family members. Let's get on to today's Korean language learning, which we're going to do through a drama or a movie, and we want you guys to guess the drama or movie and also learn some language with us. So we got 4 phrases today. Let's take a look at those first.
Yeah, so the first phrase out of these 4 phrases of today is 라떼는 말이야.
We've talked about this both as a trend and as a bit of language. 라떼는 말이야. So as language, what does it vaguely mean?
vaguely means, back in my days.
Back in my day, yeah. Even in English, it has a certain connotation, like you're just reminiscing needlessly. Back in my days.
But it has this code of humor since it changes to 라떼는 말이야, which is actually 라떼는 말이야.
Ah, the original. We can talk about that as well later, yeah, because it's not meant to be the coffee, the latte or latte, as we might say in English. The second phrase?
요즘 애들은 왜 이렇게 돈을 밝혀?
요즘 애들은 왜 이렇게 돈을 밝혀? I think I've heard older people say this as well.
Yeah.
And that vaguely means...
The kids these days, they're so into money.
They're so into money. Yeah, we'll go into the details of the vocab later on. Phrase 3.
애사심이라곤 일도 없어.
애사심이라곤 일도 없어.
Right. This can be also considered as a new kind of trendy way of saying you don't have anything related to something.
Oh.
일도 없어.
일도 없어. Yeah, we did a song not so long ago. 일도 없어. I'm so sick from A Pink. Is that a trend kind of word
Yeah,
or
this
phrase?
is not a traditionally, we didn't use it 10 years ago.
I see. Okay,
5 years
so in this case, what are we saying there is nothing of?
You don't have any love for your company?
Love for
loyalty for your company?
Loyalty, devotion, that kind of thing. And
There's
then,
a word for that.
Oh, nice. And then the fourth one.
Fourth one. 돈 아까워서 싫어?
돈 아까워서 싫어?
You don't like it because you're
You're
you don't want to
stingy,
spend too
or
money?
yeah, you think it's a waste of money.
Waste of money?
Yeah, it's quite long if you put that into English.
Yeah,
but
I know, right?
those 4 phrases we're going to keep in Korean in this little role play that we're going to do. So what's the scene? Let's set it up and people can maybe guess if they've seen this drama.
Oh, sorry, I was going to sneeze. Sorry.
I thought you were yawning. Good. I thought
Yawning
you need
and
a
sneeze.
cold shower,
Two
right?
stuff.
At the same time. Lovely.
Yeah.
Okay, so today's scene.
Right, so this is from a drama. Spoiler. And in this drama, there's this girl and a boy. And they are reminiscing about their childhood work life like a young old man.
Okay.
Rhyming with the 라떼는 말이야 phrase.
You will hear this phrase multiple times. So in terms of language learning, that's great, right? So I'm going to play Haejun, and you're going to play a character called Chongha.
Right.
And we're going to have this talk and see if you can tell what drama this is from.
라떼는 말이야. If this is said, you should just listen quietly.
라떼는 말이야. You know how many times I didn't get paid for a show? 요즘 애들은 왜 이렇게 돈을 밝혀?
라떼는 말이야. Didn't even think about getting off work on time. How do you guys get off work on the dot? 애사심이라곤 일도 없어.
Oh, they sell latte really well.
Let's not be seniors who sell lattes to juniors later.
I agree. Don't you want to drink a latte though, because we keep talking about it?
I want to drink it.
Do you want to go inside then and grab a cup? 돈 아까워서 싫어?
No. Let's go inside and drink some.
I love the little background jolly music there.
Yeah, jolly music.
Maybe going to a cafe and having a latte would be nice. So these characters in the drama, they're not actually old people who are being condescending and doing this.
No, I think they're making fun of or trying to be, act like one.
Yeah, maybe making fun of seniors who might say these things to them, right? And yeah, you don't have to be a certain age. Like, you could be in your 20s and have that kind of mindset where, yeah, even just a couple of years ago, back in my day, it was like this.
When I was a high school student.
Yes, all right, I am relatively older, but I still feel like I can use this phrase as well. Back in my day, YouTubers weren't on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't a thing.
Yeah, definitely.
So I see all these up-and-coming YouTubers like Korean Unnie and Alex Segrist and thinking, what's going on here? You didn't cut your teeth as a radio junior
Right.
to get to this position. And then they'll be like, what are you talking
Did
about?
you have
old
your
man?
time of...
I started out as a weekly guest, then I did writing as well, and so I learned like the behind the scenes.
Wow.
And yeah, I look at all these newbies, and I'm like, back in my day,
Wow, that's
Latte
really
Maria.
fun. Yeah, things changes, and I feel like there will be some changes in YouTube maybe as well. And I might be the one who say 나때는 말이야.
Absolutely, right? So yeah, that's the original phrase, right? 나때는 말이야. But I wonder then, because this is associated with maybe people who have retired maybe in their 60s and 70s. Do they know not to say 나때는 말이야, but to say 나때는 말이야?
I mean, it's not a rule to say 라떼는 말이야.
You can just say 나때는 말이야,
yeah,
right?
but it's like kind of making fun of that phrase because many people say, back in my days. And that's 라떼는 말이야. But that latte sounds very similar to latte, which is a word for latte in Korean. So people, make fun of that phrase and make it a joke and say 라떼는 말이야.
Absolutely. So,
and there's even a latte in convenience store that's called 라떼는 말이야. And there's even a cracker
called
latte Maria, and it's like actual cookie that tastes like latte.
A latte. Oh, that sounds delicious. I'd love to have that. So maybe if you're saying latte Maria, you're at least a little bit up to date. You're not too old-fashioned by saying that phrase. And yeah, it's Yana saying maybe during my time. Yeah, back in my day seems like a good translation that we'll get into details about later. And then
Pasta lover said 라떼는 말이야. YouTube wasn't considered a job.
Back in my day.
Yeah, I mean, even these days, maybe YouTube is not considered as a job.
No, if you're as
really
popular as you are, it is a successful career.
But I actually consider that as a compliment because that means I'm jobless, but I'm still earning money.
That is a good way to think of it, isn't it? We're going to play some music from the soundtrack to, we can give this away, it's a drama and it ended recently, right? This is Baekhyun, and in this song, please do send in your voice clips. We'll write it up on YouTube, do our best to get it on V Live as well. This is 나의 시간은 every second. Getting back for part 2, welcome to Korea with Korean Unnie in the studio. Moon So-hyun teaching you some phrases from a certain drama, which we'll get to in a second. And today's hashtag is friend or 친구. And Andri from South Africa sent one in saying, when I hear friends, I think of my friends in Korea who are more like a family away while I'm away from my family. I also think of the movie My Best Friend's Wedding with Julia Roberts, an oldie but a classic. Thanks as always for the great show. Have you seen that film, My Best Friend's Wedding?
My Best Friend's Wedding?
It's really good. From like maybe the early 2000s, Julia Roberts is the star and her best friend is getting married and her best friend's a guy.
Wow.
And then she has these conflicting emotions about, wait, do I love him? Do I want to marry him? And she kind of butts into the wedding. It's really good. Watch it. It's such a good laugh as well. Mama Wolf says, hey, Chihi, your mask is down. Well, first of all, it's not Chihi. It's Soyeon in the studio, Korean Unnie. And yeah, we do have the partition. I got my mask on, and just for ease of breath, she can have it down. It's all right. But we do keep them on as well. And she's put it back up above her mouth, so I see it's okay. We do also have Candy Sprinkled saying, true that you become more distant with your past friends as you become more adapted to your current life situation. I guess it's all just a journey, and even having for a friend for a short time, better than not having one at all, I think, right? We do have lots of clips coming in, and Leica on saying, back in my day, I'm 24 and I use this phrase a lot. I talk about things like old games consoles and arcades, how we did things in school.
Oh, yeah. Like 90s children stuff.
Yeah, even if you're in your 20s, you can talk about that because things change so quickly nowadays. I think things have never changed this quickly on Earth.
Yeah, I say something like that too. For example, when you look at kids these days, they're sitting in a cafe watching smartphone or YouTube videos.
Yes.
And I say, back in my days, I was playing in this sandbox, touching sands.
Yeah, because this is like the first generation of kids growing up with smartphones at their fingertips. And that's only, a difference from 5-10 years ago.
Right.
It's crazy, isn't it? Okay, time to reveal today's drama that we're going to learn from. We got a few guesses really early on. Actually, just before we started our skit, No Name said,
Really?
is today 청춘 기록 or record of youth.
Mita also said record of youth.
Yep. Are they correct?
They are correct. The drama of today, English title is Record of Youth. And Korean title, 청춘 기록.
So it really is just a direct translation, right? 청춘 기록. Because it sounds a bit weird in English, to be honest. Record of youth.
Yeah, I know. I mean, 청춘
Does it sound weird in Korean?
청춘 기록 in Korean, it doesn't sound weird.
Okay.
청춘 in Korea, though, it has like the special meaning more than just youth. It means these maybe the best days of your life.
So it doesn't have to be a certain age.
It doesn't have to be a certain age. So many people say someone in their 50s can say 나는 지금이 청춘이야.
That's your peak of your life kind of thing. Yeah, so it has got a much broader meaning in Korean. Jemiah Wakes, though, says, I was so mad at Record of Youth's ending. I don't believe it's already ending because I remember we introduced it on K-Stream. It's starting with Park Bo-gum and...
it actually ended like a few weeks ago, on October 22nd.
Wait, I can't believe it. I thought it was still going on because it's on the flicks, like my number one thing to watch, it says. And I haven't checked it out yet, but it was a popular drama because of him and also the female star from Parasite, right?
Yes, my mom watches that all the time, and I think I know what you're talking about the ending, but I wouldn't spoil it for other people who didn't watch the drama.
Did your mum like it?
My mom loves it, and she's keep talking about that every time she meets me. She says you need to watch this drama, and she loves the lines from the drama.
Oh wow, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, she's learning a lot from the drama, and she says like she's understanding more about like these youth people and
because it's looking at the youth of today, right?
Yeah, so it kind of shows all the concerns and what people go through when they're in their youth, like about love, about friendship.
Oh, that sounds fun. And it's kind of linked in a way to our industry because Park Bo-gum's character is a model who wants to be an actor, right?
Yes. And he fails and he fails. He doesn't, in the drama, not the real Park Bo-gum, but the character that Park Bo-gum plays, he doesn't have that much presence as an actor. So he tries and he has these parents, but they're kind of different. So his dad is more of a realistic person who's kind of...
Don't be wasting your time acting.
Don't be wasting your time. And his mom is really supportive.
Okay.
Even though she kind of knows that he...
is rubbish. He's not cut out for it, maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
So it's fun.
All right. And Park So-dam's character, who plays Jessica from Parasite, she's like the makeup artist, right?
Yeah.
I think we get some good insights. I think I'm going to check it out. I was looking for something to watch last night, and I'm going to go for this.
You like it?
Yeah, sounds good. If it's got Soyeon's mum's seal of approval, then it's good enough for me. We've got loads of voice clips, so let's get to playing them as we try and give you some pointers. Jemiah has sent in sentences 3 and 4, so let's check out number 3 first. Let's give it a play.
애사심이라곤 일도 없어.
Ooh, okay.
How was the pronunciation? How would you say it?
That was almost perfect, nearly perfect.
애사심 일도 없어?
Yeah, 애사심이라곤 일도 없어.
애사심이라곤 일도 없어.
Right, this 이라곤 is a shortened version of 이라곤은. So it can just be 애사심이 일도 없어. It means the same thing.
Okay,
basically.
but we've just added the syllables 이라곤 or 이라곤은.
You're right. 이라곤 kind of sounds like the name of a dragon. Like
it does.
Iragon.
From Harry Potter or something like that. So let's focus first on that word there. 애사심. I've not heard this before.
Maybe because you don't have it.
I don't, maybe. I'm not loyal to anyone. Give me the money and I'll rock up there. What is 애사심?
애사심 means love for your company.
It's in particular to your place of work.
Yeah, so this is actually not for people like us when we're freelancers. But 애사심, when you work in this certain company, then this is kind of required because even more back in the day, like actual back in the days, my dad's generation.
It's like a job for life.
Yeah, job for life, and company was considered as another family because you spend a lot or even more time with your company members.
This is true.
So
that
there's
was
a
important.
word for that. 애 meaning love. 사 comes from this 회사.
Okay.
And 심 means heart, like 마음.
Okay.
So 애사심, like this
Literal
your
love for your company.
love for your company.
I guess in English, though, it sounds awkward, love for your company. So maybe just devotion or
I know,
loyalty
right?
or
Yeah.
something like that. Because I've heard the other one, isn't it? 애국심.
Oh,
Is that love for your country?
That's a very good example.
That's like just being patriotic, that kind of thing, right?
Or you can say 애교심. Oh, no, not that.
Is that something different? That
Yeah.
sounds like cuteness, 애교.
I was trying to talk about love for your school, but it kind of sounds like 애교. So let's
Okay,
skip.
let's go on to a clip from Sarah in the UK here.
Yeah, it's quite long if you...
All I can
Those four phrases we're going to...
remember
It's me in the
is
background.
the third phrase, but the last bit,
Okay.
일덥소. 일덥소.
일덥소.
I
일덥소.
think I might be saying it wrong.
No, that sounded pretty all right, right?
I like her accent.
Yeah, and I like your commentary on it all as well, Sarah.
Yeah. And I like the
일덥소.
background commentary as well.
Yes, brilliant voices there. 일덥소. We can look at this phrase because Jana said, didn't 일덥소 come from Henry, who mistakenly said instead
my
of
God.
하나도 없어?
Yana, you are correct. So this is actually not a real, it's grammatically wrong. But there's this guy, Henry,
The singer.
the singer. He's not fully Korean.
I don't think he's Korean at all,
He's
actually.
like a Chinese Canadian or something.
Yeah.
But he speaks Korean and he makes some cute mistakes when he's speaking in Korean.
People love him for these mistakes, it seems,
Yeah,
right?
he's quite cute.
Uh-huh.
So you need to actually say 하나도 없어.
하나도 없어,
Yeah,
meaning
saying-
there's not even one of something.
Not
There's
even
nothing.
one. Yeah, but Henry said 일도 없어
And people have now picked that up as a phrase.
as a phrase, and we always say that.
What an influencer he
I
is.
know, right? I mean, I actually didn't even know that it was from Henry. I only read it from some Instagram or something.
Like later on.
Later on.
Yeah, me too. That's unbelievable, isn't it? There's not many people who can make a mistake in Korean and then have that phrase coined, right?
I
Unbelievable
think Koreans
stuff.
are very good at that. When they find something funny, then
Yeah.
it suddenly becomes like everyone knows about it.
It goes viral,
It
right?
goes viral. And same goes to something negative. Someone does something wrong, everyone knows about it.
Sarah, who we just played, also asked as a bonus, could you teach her how to say I love you, baby?
애기야 사랑해.
That's literally to a baby. Could you say that to like a love interest as well?
Yeah, I think you can
In a
say
cute
like,
way.
Yeah, to your lover. You can
애기야,
say,
사랑해.
우리 애기.
우리
Or 내
애기.
새끼.
I have heard those terms of endearment as well. They do turn my stomach a little bit, though. Let's get on
Well, I
to...
think you're pretty good at, you would be pretty good at stuff like that. You're a lover.
I
with
might
your wife.
try it one time. Try it tonight. I'll tell you how it goes. This is from A Pink with that expression even. 일도 없어. I'm so sick. We are back for part 3. I think we did that song. We were debating this in the song break because we both got terrible memories, but I'm pretty sure we did A Pink's 일도 없어. If you are a
actually
listener
don't remember.
who has a better memory than me and Sion, tell us, did we teach you the lyrics to this? We do that every last Tuesday. So
I do
look
remember
forward to it.
teaching this phrase though. 일도 없어.
Yeah.
But at that time we didn't mention how the origin of this phrase.
About Henry, yes, perhaps not. So I'm sure it must have been through that
Henry.
song. We got lots more clips to play, but before we do that, we do have an extra question. We can have any Korean language questions when Korean Onnie's in this studio.
Do I have a question?
You do. Yana says, for Korean Onnie, I want to ask the meaning of bang tojim and how this word came from. Where does it come from? Thank you.
Yes. So 빵 터짐 is basically something like ROFL. LOFL? LMAO?
Yes, that one. Laughing my beep off.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, there are other ones that I think you mentioned, but I don't know what they stand for, to be honest.
Yeah, sorry, I might be wrong. I'm not that.
Back in my day, we didn't have these
back
silly
in my day, we didn't
acronyms.
have those. So it basically means laughing a lot. Like
Is that what Korean
burst
people
into laugh.
like type? Bang tojim.
빵 터졌다.
Ah, okay. You can say it as well, right? Bang tojata, to burst into laughter.
And the origin of it, it definitely, I don't think it comes from. What sound is that?
There's a squeaking of this screen. We'll sort it out
so
in the next
weird.
song break.
It
Just don't touch it. Ignore it. It's fine.
it doesn't come from the Sorry. The sound. It's just weird.
distracting, Sohyun.
It doesn't come from how 빵 터졌다, like actual bread.
No, it doesn't mean
exploded.
that bang.
Not that bang. Because bang can mean a lot of things, and it can be an onomatopoeia for sounds
It's
of
like bang,
exploding.
isn't it?
Yeah, bang.
Yeah.
And then you just bang, exploded into your lap.
Yeah, so tajida means to explode. Bang is the onomatopoeia, so you're just emphasizing to explode with laughter. And there's no different origin, I believe. Let's check out some more clips as well. We have one here from Nur in Malaysia. Let's give it a play.
때는 말야 요즘 아들은 왜 이렇게 돈을 버죠?
Excuse me?
Right. She said 요즘 아들은, first of all.
That would mean your son.
Yes, you'd like sons these days.
Uh-huh.
Or it can be like the 사투리, because in like Busan or somewhere south, they say
Instead of 에.
Instead of 에.
So 아들이 would mean 애들이.
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe she was doing the Busan Saturday.
Maybe. And then 밝혀, this can be a difficult one because it has like two consonants.
밝혀. Yeah, it's got the two 받침 characters, right? So it's pronounced 밝혀. So that whole phrase just one time, Korean Unnie.
요즘 애들은 왜 이렇게 돈을 밝혀?
Okay, so let's split that up
I
for
think
our
she
listeners.
said like 돈을 부주 or something.
I thought she said 꿔줘, which would mean something completely different, which would be like lend, right, in a slang term.
Bougie.
But 요즘 meaning
요즘 애들, 요즘 means correct, I mean these days.
these days. 애들, which should have been said, means just like kids. Kids these days. 왜 이렇게 돈을 밝혀?
왜 이렇게 means like why 이렇게 like this. 돈을 밝혀. And there's something I want to say about 밝히다. 돈 means money, by the way. And
Yes.
밝히다 actually means to brighten up.
Or to reveal something,
To
right?
reveal something, right.
So what does this mean? To reveal or brighten up money?
But 밝히다 in Korean, it's often also used as liking something too much.
Oh, 누구를 밝혀? You can like somebody too much? Or no?
But you don't say
That's weird.
누구를 밝혀 in a like interesting way. So we say 피터는 너무 여자를 밝혀.
Oh, so he likes girls too much.
Yes.
Yes, that's
In
not
a
true.
negative way. Like
This is an
밝히다.
example
This is an
sentence.
example
Wife.
sentence, not true.
Sorry.
He's only fond of his wife. But
You can say it like that.
yeah, 밝히다 is like to like not in a negative way, but in a maybe pervert.
Maybe
like,
too much.
Too much.
Too much. Okay, so in this case as well, it's that, isn't it? Kids these days like money too much.
Yeah, because when someone likes women or money too much, then we think of it as not a
It's a negative thing,
It's a
isn't it?
negative thing. So
That's
돈을
what-
밝히다 is used as a negative way because liking money can be a good thing if you're
Motivates you.
motivated.
Yeah. So this is all together saying, back in my day, and then he said something about, I didn't even get paid for things sometimes, but why do kids these days like money or think it's so important?
Yeah,
right?
so they're making fun of these old people who are saying this.
Okie dokie. And then we've got one from Alex in Germany. We can go maybe for your fourth sentence here. Let's check it out.
돈 아까워서 싫어?
돈 아까워서 싫어.
돈 아까워서 싫어.
That's a good phrase to learn if you've got a stingy friend, especially.
Right. That was a good one. Like he was very good at the intonation as well, like kind of condescending.
Kind of complaining.
Yeah, complaining.
So 돈 here we learned just a second ago is money.
Money.
아까워서 싫어.
아깝다 means how do you explain that?
That's a tough one to put straight into English, isn't it? If something is 아까워, it means it's almost a shame to do it. It's a waste.
Yeah, you don't want to do it because you feel like it's a waste to do something. That's a long explanation.
In one word, 아깝다, right? So basically, and then the last bit, 싫어, means so you don't want to do something or you don't like something,
Yeah,
right?
because you feel like you think it's a waste of thing.
Yeah, so
to-
he's saying, should we go and get a coffee? Or, because you think it's a waste of money, you don't want to?
Yeah, we actually use this a lot. Like when someone say, "Oh, let's go do something," and then people will go, "아 싫어, 돈 아까워."
돈 아까워.
It's a waste of money for doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and it might not be like an actual waste of money. It's just in that person's opinion, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
right?
definitely. And you can use it not just with money, but you can also say 시간이 아까워.
시간이 아까워.
Yeah, it's a waste of time to do that.
Yeah, and maybe when you split up with someone at the end of a night, say you've been on a date or something, 아깝다, when you say goodbye, like, it's a shame that we're
Definitely.
parting.
Like,
I want
it's a
to spend more
shame.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say 아쉽다 more in that situation, actually.
This
but,
is true.
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
you can say...
I get those confused all the time. So 아쉽다 would be better for like, it's
아쉽다
a
would
shame.
be better for it's a shame.
Okay.
아깝다, you can say it to something like maybe this A and B are dating. And then you're A's friend, and then you say, you don't really like her boyfriend. Then you can say, A야, 너가 아깝다.
Which is meaning you're wasting your time on him. You're not good enough for that guy kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, that
Okey-dokey.
guy is not good enough for you.
Tropic Girl asking for the most important phrase of the day. How do you say ARIRANG Radio rocks and Peter and Soyeon are the best?
She actually says Peter is the most amazing host.
Yeah, but I didn't want you to feel left out. You know, so I
Aw,
just
thank
added
you.
you in, and
Such
you
a-
are the best as well.
That's so nice of you.
You could just say ARIRANG Radio 짱.
최고. Yeah,
최고.
짱. And 피터가 최고의 호스트예요.
Thank you very much, Tropic. We got another clip from Unita in Indonesia. Let's play it. Oh, here we go.
라떼는 말이야. 요즘 애들은 왜 이렇게 돈을 밝혀?
돈을 밝혀?
돈을, I think she said 박혀.
Yeah,
more.
it sounded a bit like that, didn't it?
Yeah, there's this 리을 here as well. So it's more like 밝혀.
밝혀.
Yeah, if you think it's difficult, then just think of it as just having the 리을 받침 and then pronounce the 혀 as 켜.
켜.
Because 기억 and here is combined and it sounds like 켜. So 밝혀.
밝혀. There you go. That's today's Korean language lesson. We do have clips from Rao, Carl, Siska and Faz that we will save for the Saturday edition. Unfortunately, only I will give you feedback, so sorry for that. Korean Unnie, thanks for coming in today. Have a nice warm Tuesday in all your
Thank
layers.
you so much. Raul said, Peter 주세요.
Peter, just say, can I have Peter?
Peter.
Give me Peter, please. Well, you asked politely. I'm all yours, Rao. We will see you again, Soyeon, next Tuesday.
Thank you.
Let's get song requests from Alex in Germany. You've asked for Poison by Tahe.